Alright, what's up, guys? We're back here with another movie review, and today we're looking at Children of the Corn 3 Urban Harvest. Oh my god. These Children of the Corn movies get worse and worse as they go. Now, I will admit, the makeup effects for the kills and stuff, there's some pretty gruesome kills in this movie. Probably more gruesome than the second movie, in my opinion. But this is the shittiest one so far. Oh my god. So now the story is the murders at Gatlin and Hemmingberg actually took place, first started in 1964, about 20, 30 years before the first movie. Yeah, there's that. And now the followers of He Who Walks Behind the Rose have to wear crosses around their necks made of corn. And this movie takes place in Chicago. The city. Oh boy. So this movie starts off with apparently someone's living in a trailer at Gatlin and they have a cornfield. And they have a kid named Eli and another kid named Joshua. And Eli is the new Isaac wannabe. Eli's the new Isaac wannabe. And Joshua's not into that shit. And the drunk father chases Joshua out into the cornfield, and Eli runs into Joshua, which Eli's the younger brother. And he tells Joshua to go, so Eli tells Joshua to go. And Eli confronts the drunk dad, and we get a kill. Oh, apparently He Who Walks Behind the Rose now has these assorted abilities tacked upon what he had in the first and second movie. He can summon crucifixes out of the ground. He can summon vines to impale people out of the ground. He can turn into a giant root monster that eats people. Oh, what else? He can also... he can turn the ground into swamp water. And he can also teleport you to different assorted cornfields and apparently instantly grow patches of corn. And also there's this, I guess he can summon bugs too. Oh, god damn it, why? At least they got rid of the predator vision. Now it's just filled with the Jaws vision. Oh, god damn it. So yeah, he ends up crucifying this dad and actually ripping his shoulder cavities open and sewing his eyes shut through the power of vines. Then we cut to the future, so they get put in a foster home because now that's a thing. And Eli brought some corn specimens to plant corn in the city. So they go get their new foster parents, and they're really nice. And they get to meet him, and Eli finds this abandoned warehouse behind the house, and it's got dirt in it, and he uses the dirt to plant a small cornfield. And this corn is like super pure. So this is the plot of this movie. Meanwhile, Eli is trying to create a cult following of kids in the city, and the foster dad is trying to sell his perfect corn. Yeah, that's a actual plot. We went from killer children worshiping a satanic corn god to selling 99.9% blue corn. And Heisenberg would be proud. I don't even know. I still have 5 movies left to watch. It's not over. And you know what? The sad thing is, part 2 is a masterpiece compared to this thing. Even though this movie has some pretty great effects artists done, This is a catastrophe, and I fear they will only get worse, and I'm telling you right now, they probably will. So basically, the plot of this movie, I'm not even going to try. Joshua falls in love with this black girl, and Joshua's best friend is the brother of that black girl, and he doesn't like that he's dating her. But you know what? It works out in the end because he gets the girl at the end of the movie, and that's pretty much how the movie ends. And yeah, Eli is just like going around getting followers and shit. So let's just go over, because there are a shit ton of people who die in this movie, and I think that's the one part that I want to talk about. The only redeemable quality about this movie is the effects on the kills. There are some brutal kills in this movie. Oh, god damn it. Well, I told you about the crucified guy one. So then we get a death of the foster mom because she gets suspicious about Eli. She runs around, she finds this cornfield and she tries to cut it down with a pair of gardening shears, and that doesn't work. So she runs back and she's walking through the abandoned facility and she trips and the back of her head gets impaled on this like water pipe, and her death scene ends with like water blood spurting out of her mouth. It's pretty comical but funny, brutal death. I will say that about this movie. The sequels have really brought up with brutal kills. The sequels have some pretty brutal kills in it, even though some of them are cheesy. There's this one preacher guy that gets like he gets fucking crucified and killed. Okay, let's go through the plot of this. So they end up going to the school there, and Joshua makes friends with Joshua's becoming not religious. He's starting to hang out with these black kids, a guy and a girl, and their brother and sister. And Eli starts gathering followers, and the preacher, and they go to a school that's run by preachers. It's like a Catholic school. And I guess the main head father does not like Eli because he senses evil in him. He ends up getting killed later, but yeah, there's a bunch of shit. The foster mom gets angered. There's a scene where the foster dad and the foster mom are in bed, and Eli goes out into the abandoned facility out back and starts planting this black corn. And the dad wakes up and he's foaming with like black pus out of his mouth, and he starts making out with the foster mom, and she starts throwing up black pus. It's the weirdest scene I've ever seen. Oh. Because that's what this series has resorted to. Black pus makeout sessions. The best. So, yeah. There's a... oh, yeah, the black brother dies. He gets his spinal cord ripped out and turned into a corn stalk. And then the leader of the foster like the person that got them, the foster parents, for no reason ends up I pretty much told you the plot already. Eli ends up getting defeated at the end of the movie. There's really nothing to the plot. So the person that got them, the foster parents, is a fat black chick. She I guess Eli summons fireballs because apparently he who walks behind the rose allows his messengers to summon fireballs now through the power of farming sickles. I hate this fucking movie. Oh yeah, and Eli, his soul is split into two halves. There's a Bible that has a corn cross on it, and you gotta destroy the Bible and kill Eli at the same time. Or Eli Lucky this was straight to DVD release, but which makes no sense because there's 5 more sequels to this, and there's probably going to be another one. Literally, they had another Children of the Corn movie come out last year, 2018. There was a Children of the Corn movie called Runaway last year. So, obviously, they did not learn their lesson. There was one last year. There was one in 2011. There was one in 2009, 2001, all the way through the 90s, and one in 1984. There will be another one, and there will be more. And I will have to review every one of them because that's what I do. Oh. So, Children of Corn 3, Urban Harvest. So, who else dies? The black chick's parents end up getting killed. They end up getting suffocated by a bunch of locusts in their stomach, apparently. Because that can happen. Oh, yeah, the foster dad ends up getting killed. I guess Eli gets fed up with him, and he sticks a sickle in his heart. Yeah, and then we get the ending scene, which has the most kills in it. Eli gets killed and stabbed by his brother Joshua and dead. And Eli turns into a giant root monster demon thing that is supposed to be the true form of he who walks behind the rose. And it just starts killing people left and right. And holy shit, some of these deaths. There's this one dude that tries to climb up the pipe to get on the roof to get away. And this root vine busts out of the window and grabs him by the neck and freaking hangs him out the window. Then there's this other chick that gets like tied to the ground by these roots and impaled through the stomach by all these other roots. There's 2 more people that get impaled by roots. Oh, there's this one chick that gets impaled against the wall with sickles, and then another sickle goes into her stomach, and that kills her. And there's another dude that gets a sickle to the head. There's another black guy that gets a sickle to the neck. There was this bully earlier. He gets eaten by the monster. Then there's another guy that gets eaten by the monster. This one chick gets stabbed in the shoulder. She falls over, and then one of the vines goes up in her vagina and kills her that way. That was interesting. There's another guy that gets decapitated by a sickle. Yeah, there's a lot of sickle deaths in this movie that I think of it. Yeah, there's just a bunch of people getting killed everywhere. Tied, stabbed, impaled. Whole 9 yards. So yeah. Children of the Corn 3, Urban Harvest. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention the homeless guy. Oh, what's the homeless guy, you may ask? Well, there was this random ass homeless guy earlier in the movie. And there was literally no reason for him to be there. And I guess he found the cornfield and he was stealing some of the corn. And these roots came out of the ground and started stabbing him in the legs and shit. And yeah, he gets pulled into the ground and literally... Oh yeah, I forgot to mention another big plot point of this movie is that the cornfields are powered by human souls and corpses. I honestly... Oh, this movie's so bad. It's so bad. It's not even funny anymore. It's just bad. All right. What's next? Oh yeah, let's mention the apparently Eli, there was one scene where he wanted to get back at the preacher guys, so he filled the cafeteria food with cockroaches, but apparently nobody can see a big ass cockroach in the soup. So he ends up eating a cockroach. And then we get multiple dream sequences of him just seeing people getting killed from the other movie, including the doctor from the second movie. I forgot to mention him. The doctor ends up getting stabbed by a bunch of hypodermic needles and then impaled in the back with a kitchen knife. It's a pretty brutal kill in the second movie. And that's one I forgot to mention. I'm surprised I forgot it. But there's one there, and then there's also a flashback of the scene where everybody gets killed in the diner in the first movie. So this is a third sequel. It does continue the story, but it doesn't make sense. And then the third flashback scene, the last one, it shows Eli murdering another pair of parents by tying them to a bed with sickles, like stabbing the sheets so they can't get up, and burning the bed and burning them alive. That was an interesting scene. And then, let's not forget what happens after that. He has another dream sequence where the Eli charges at him with a very poorly made stop motion shot. It's, holy shit. Oh, yeah, and then when the Black brother and Joshua are being chased through the cornfield because they're trying to get the Bible to kill Eli, Joshua ends up getting killed, and they have to fight the Scarecrow zombie demon version of the dad from the beginning of the movie. And they kill him in like a minute. What the fuck? I swear, I'm saying it right now, these movies cannot possibly get any worse. Oh yeah, and also, instead of sacrifices now, he who walks behind the rows now accepts black pieces of corn and rows of corn as peace offering. They can't get any worse than this, guys. I honestly don't think any of the other sequels will get any worse than this. This is the bottom of the barrel. And if they do, I'm going to lose my shit. Because the next one is Children of the Corn 4. Fields of Terror. I am not joking you. That is the fucking title. Well, that was my review of Children of the Corn 3 Urban Harvest. I'm going to have to give this movie a F because it's fucking terrible. So remember to leave a comment, like, and subscribe.